What's up, everybody? We're ready to solve for connections on Tuesday, January 9. And guess what? This time it's official. There will be no little editing going on saying that Art had some emergency to deal with. This time, guess what? As soon as we're done, those folks who are participating in the January competition will see their results. You will see your standings. It's going to be very exciting. So let's get through today's solve. Hope we can do a little bit better than the last two. I think have been just wow. I've been really bad. So hit play, and let's bring this down a little bit. And we don't see the date, but that's okay. We know that it's January 9, and the timer starts now. We've got sponge dust, magnum acid, salt monk, fat mop, smoke broom, pollen tracy, shaft heat, rag pepper. Oh, it looks like another tough one. What concerns me is Magnum, Tracy, and possibly Monk, just because, I don't know, they sort of feel like something that's going to be more pop culture related, and I'm just atrocious at those categories. The Monk definitely will be that because, I mean, it doesn't appear to be in the religious sense or anything like that. All right. However, we have a sponge, we have a broom, we have a rag, and we do have a mop. So I think that's an easy category. Those should be cleaning tools or cleaning supplies. Either way should be fine. Cleaning supplies. Okay, yeah. It figures that that's yellow. That's pretty obvious. Next up. So again, I'm kind of tempted to leave the Magnum, the Monk, and the Tracy for the end. I have a feeling that's going to be a hard purple category. But we have fat, and we have acid, and salt, and, either pepper or heat. What I'm trying to get at is I think these might be things to add flavor to food, right? Or things, basic taste bud sensations, basic flavor sensations, something like that. Fat, acid, salt, pepper, or heat, though? That's a good question. Oh, but it's not necessarily heat in the form of, the necessary temperature to cook your food. But it could be heat like hot. And that's different from something with an acidic flavor. So that actually is not bad. That's actually not bad, right? Because pepper is not really like a fundamental flavor. So are these sort of like fundamental flavors? Yeah, or I guess elements of cooking per salmon nose rat. What? Holy smokes. What? Okay, guys, you can help me out on that. I have no idea who that person is, and educate me. And I'm going to have to leave it up to you guys to determine if that's a full point. I mean, I think flavor, whatever I said, fundamental flavors or flavor profiles is pretty good. Let's get cranking here. We're doing great with the difficulty, and I know that we can save Magnum, Tracy, and this Monk, because I have a feeling maybe they could just be like TV shows. There's Magnum PI, there's Monk, and maybe there's something with Tracy. Oh, well, in that case, then I would probably pick Shaft to go along with that, because if you look at the reverse categories, dust, pollen, smoke, pepper, I guess you could look at that two ways. Those are either things that are sort of airborne, if you were thinking of like maybe pepper spray. So these are things that are airborne, right? Dust, pollen, smoke, pepper. I'm not sure if airborne is good enough, just because that pepper isn't. It doesn't make sense to me. How about? So the thing is, pollen does create allergies. Those tend to make you cough and sneeze and wheeze. My wife has them. Always comes up like in the springtime. Dust. Yeah, I mean, guess what? Why don't we refine it and say these are things that, are in the air that make you cough or sneeze. Though pepper's not really in the air, right? That could just, pepper does make you sneeze. Just the pepper itself, it doesn't have to be thrown in the air. So just let's say things that make you cough or sneeze. Not bad, okay? Maybe cough was slightly superfluous, but I think that's good enough. Monk Shaft Tracy Magnum. Oh, let's hustle here. I think I'm almost out of time. I don't think I'm going to get this. This is a terrible guess because it's just too broad, but I don't want to waste time. I want to get my 2 points for the time and just call these, whatever. Okay. So we'll go with Magnum PI. We'll call this like private detective TV shows. I don't know what the others are, but let's give it a shot. Oh, titular fictional detectives. It's actually not bad. I said detective shows. I think the fact that we got the detective is not bad. They're, I guess, probably not necessarily all TV, though Magnum for sure would be correct. I'm not sure if the Monk I was thinking about, which is, I know, a TV show, if he's a detective or not. Why don't we go with a half point on that? I think we're good. I think that's fair. I actually think we can agree to go 3.5 for arts category accuracy today. And I think I'm going to pick up the extra 4 points for the style. So if my math is correct, we're going to be looking at 18 today, which is a great rebound. Okay, guys. So are y'all ready to see the results? I think I can make a pretty smooth transition here. Yes, I can. Check this out. Wow, that's perfect. With the exception of just bringing this down a little bit. Here we go. All right. So, guys, I'm happy to announce that I finally sat down and did some work collecting everybody's results, putting it into this nice little handy Excel spreadsheet, and let's have some fun going over everything. And as you can see, we have the places going from 24th all the way to 1st. My system does give you the same place if you're tied. I know some people might disagree with that, but it is a perfectly valid way to do it. So here we go. Over the first 7 days, okay, the first 7 days, we have PW Miles. Thank you, by the way, PW, for joining. And you're awesome to have to join us for the ride here. With a 3-day total of 33.5, 24th place. Incidentally, if we do the math, since there's 7 days in the first quarter of January, and the perfect score each day is 20, then the maximum points is 140. Okay, the maximum points is 140. So just keep that in mind. And of course, we will see a few people who are getting very, very close to that. Well, actually, to be fair, one person is very close to that. Okay, next we've got BMS Houston in 23rd place with a 41. Great job. Cali Asian, 22nd place with a 46. Quan is in 21st with a 52. T. Clark, 20th place with a 62. Reggie in 19th place with a 63. Ella Enchanted, welcome back. I know you've done one or two of our challenges before, Ella, so it's great to see you again. She is in 18th place with 64.5. Very kind of tight right there, huh? All within about 5 points. Then we've got Kevin L., 17th place with a 67. Therese, 16th place with a 70. Very good. Advanced 495 is in 15th place with 83.5. And let's just, let's scroll a little bit here. Yep, we can scroll up a little bit. We'll save the top places as a little bit of a surprise. We've got Tom E. in 14th place with 84 points. Randy is in 13th place with 86 points. Our dear friend Melanie N. Lee is in 12th place with 90 points. And I think we all absolutely love Melanie's comments after she posts her results. And I always find myself both enlightened and educated because there's many things that she's able to point out that I missed during Connections. R to S is in 11th place with 91. Now here comes the top 10 guys, okay? China Reds, 54, 10th place with 92. Tom C., 10th place with 92, so we've got a tie for 10th. That's super cool. Geraldo, 9th place with 96.5. Michelle L., 8th place with 100 on the dot. And look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 people tied for 102. That's incredible. I wonder what's special about that number that gets you a 102. But be that as it may, we've got Dora, Miles, Two Buck Toll, and U2 all tied with 102. Now, I do see I made a mistake, which is really stupid of me. I can already tell that I put U2 in sixth place, but he's tied with the rest for that. So really, that should be a 7, and then that just means that these will go down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, these are going to go down a little bit. It's going to mess things up a tiny bit. Don't worry, guys. We'll get that figured out. So basically, the places just sort of move up one level. My bad. Then we've got Viking 67 with a 106. We've got Ellen Sassani with a 114. Lisa G with 116. And here we go. These are going to be the top 3 no matter what, okay? And here they are. The top 3 are Lisa G. She was in the top 3. Rise, I think you know who that might be, with 117. And yes, of course, Oranje, 28 with 134. And just think, guys, the perfect score is 140. So basically, he's got 3 20s and 3 18s, which basically means he probably only lost some style points on 3 different rounds. That is absolutely incredible. It's funny. It reminds me, I did a tremendous amount of cycling when I was younger, and I was always interested, especially in professional cycling, and I followed things like the Tour de France and everything. If you go back and do a little bit of history, it turns out that back in the 60s and 70s, there was one dominant cyclist by the name of Eddie Merckx. And they used to call him the cannibal because he would just eat the rest of the cyclists alive. And it was always, it didn't matter what race it was, Giro d'Italia, Tour de France, Paris-Roubaix, it was always a race for second place. So I sort of feel like that's what's going on here. Oranje is just in a league of his own. I think he's already hit his escape velocity, and the rest of us can just try to get into that nice second and third place. Now, I do want to say one more thing. I will, if I miraculously stay in the top 3, once we get to the final day, I will remove myself, guys, because I do not want to claim a prize that I'm giving out. So I will remove myself from the top 3. I'm just here to kind of like play with you guys and join in the fun. But the top 3 will not include me, so that way we make sure that the prize that I will be giving out will go to 3 other people, not including Art. So there you have it, guys. Again, sorry for the little typo there that I made back up there with U2. It's not a big deal. I'll have that fixed for the next week. But the standings are still as is, as you see them. Just sort of like, basically add a number leading up from U2 and forward. So there you have it, guys. And now, also, if for any reason you disagree with the score and you think that I might have missed a day or something, do let me know. And I do encourage you guys, please keep track of your results on your own. Keep a record of them so that way, if there's any discrepancies, I can update them accordingly. So with that in mind, I'm looking forward to seeing you for tomorrow's Connections. And of course, in another week, we will have another update, and that will pretty much be close to the halfway point to see who is going to be the champion of the January Connections competition.